Today's date is August 13th, 2014. As you can see, this tent is locked up. My name is Leslie Williams. I will be talking very fast in this video because I'm running late. Alright, now, this is how the tent looks at night and when I'm in it. This is how the tent looks at night when I'm in it sleeping and when I'm gone during the day. We'll see if I come back to this area August 13th, 2014. Or actually for the next 30 days at this area, which is the area where the July 9th, 2014 assault took place at. Let's see if I come back to this area and there's a trespass notice put on the tent, or if the tent is missing and a trespass notice is put in its place. Sorry, I just had a Pop-Tart. Sorry about the burping. Now, I also have some property that's hidden close by, completely out of sight. Okay, we're going to see if I come home on any date and any of my property is missing, damaged, or stolen. I'm being gang stalked at this area like you would not believe. They're trying to motivate me to move to another hiking area where I went and dropped property off at. Now they know that hiking area, they know where these locations are. There's actually 3 of them because I was literally gang stalked on the bus route going to those areas to drop the property off at. Then once the property was dropped off, I then went back to the bus stop that was dedicated to the bus route that took me to the area, and as I was 41 bus stop, and as I was waiting for that bus, I would say in my tape recorder that's even running right now, I'd say, let's see if anybody on this bus says gang stalk. Once the bus comes, I would then continue to wait for the bus would come, I would put my bike on the bike rack on front of the bus, board the bus, sit down, and individuals who were already on the bus would say gang stalk, even in the same exact identical way I predicted it, and in the same exact identical way that it's being said along all my routes, including the 41 bus route to go to that location to drop the property off at. So they know what I'm doing. I also made a huge amount of videos literally showing duffel bags full of stuff packed up, and then me illustrating that I was showing the duffel bags being packed up because I'm moving, that I'm preparing to move. So in other words, I packed up a bunch of duffel bags and bags of stuff and then took video pictures of it and then said why I was taking a video picture of it. Basically, I was showing that I'm preparing to move. So those videos were uploaded to the internet. Cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking, so they knew it. So they knew I was preparing to move, okay? So basically what they did was, look, all you gotta do is look at it this way. I got 800 audio files, literally at least, of individuals getting along all my routes every single day saying gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, crazy, oh my god, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, crazy, gang stalk, weird, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, crazy, and a couple other words that got the initials of C and CH, which does not apply to me at all. They could be baiting me to attempt to get me to try and talk about it. Okay? Anyways, which I'm not going to until I feel that it's the right time to bring that subject matter up. But that word was caught being said around me by a technician over at UCSD the last time I was there. Now, the point I'm trying to make is this. Right now, I'm experiencing the same exact identical verbal harassment everywhere I go, every single day. That shows either one person or persons or a collective mind, a group, is steering the whole entire campaign because the harassment is the same everywhere I go. Okay? Now, so I upload videos of property being bagged up, stating that I'm preparing to move and that this property is going to be dropped off at the locations that I'm going to be using. I even said that I'm doing it because what I'm doing is playing a shell game concerning the gang stalking. Because if I can prove I'm being stalked from hiking area to hiking area to hiking area, that shows stalking on more than one occasion, which proves a felony, and it also shows that the duration of this crime. Okay? And but the hiking areas that I drop the property off at are totally secluded. There's no neighbors. Like the place I'm at right now, there's apartments and condos across the street in a gated community. There's neighbors up off the hill where I'm at right now. If I move to those areas, there's no neighbors. There's no one. They could come down there and rape me, assault me, knock me out and rob me, or all 3. And then how will I show all these 800 audio files of evidence to anybody like a lawyer? And at the same time I was preparing all these things, which I was not only preparing them, I was literally physically moving them to these locations, 3 of them. I was also looking up lawyers on the internet. That's right. Cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking. Go to Google and go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids. So they basically just deduced that there's only a matter of time until, even when I go to a law firm or a lawyer and show them a minuscule amount of evidence, and he decides not to take my case, that is still me leaving a breadcrumb with that lawyer or law firm that I'm a human trafficking target as a result of being a gang stalking target. So if I'm ever sexually exploited, I can say, look, I told this lawyer, I told this police officer, I told this reporter, as a result of posting the information from my Facebook account to hers. I took a video picture last week of a Facebook message that was sent to a reporter. I then took a video picture of it, tried to upload that video the other day at UCSD, and they wouldn't allow me to upload it, along with the video picture of an email being sent to Mayor Faulkner. So they're being selective about what they're letting me upload and what they're not. I have literally witnessed before my eyes, about a week and a half ago, 16 video files off a memory card that was plugged into UCSD's biomedical library computer were literally erased right before my eyes. Literally. So, they don't want the evidence, okay, that I have contacted reporters, the mayor, high-profile lawyers like Dan Gillian and Mary Frances Prevost here in San Diego. They don't want that evidence that I have contacted them about prior events that have happened, evidence, or predictions concerning what might happen. Because if that's uploaded to the internet, and then I'm ever human trafficked or assaulted or robbed, or caused to move from here by them as a result of a staged event, and then as a result I got to hurry up and move to one of these places just to have a place to sleep, and then a current event happens immediately, okay, they steal all the evidence as a result of the assault, rape, and or robbery. You see what I'm saying? They can knock me out and steal everything I got. All my money, my ID, all my memory cards, video cards of evidence, all my paper trail evidence, all my little microcard audio files of evidence. They could steal it all. And who would know about it? Even as I'm trying to defend myself, who's going to hear it? Like me yelling, help, help, help. Who's going to hear it? So what they're trying to do right now is literally bait me to move from here by creating events that are so traumatizing, like assaults, like me coming home and discovering hundreds of dollars worth of property being stolen. They believe that will motivate me to move and or call the cops. Okay, that's right. And the police are used to falsify police reports. All right, I gotta go. So this video stands for the entire time that I'm hiking at any hiking area, especially at this one and or any hiking area that I gotta immediately move to as a result of having to move from this area. Okay, I'm in San Diego, California. What I do is predict what these filthy animal whore rats are going to do before they do it. And then when they do what I predict, I fold that evidence back onto all the other evidence that I have acquired. Okay, evidence that was evidence. Let me just put it to you this way. 99.8% literally of everything that has happened to me was predicted before it occurred. An audio file and or video file and or email file and or in blog, and now I'm using Twitter. Okay, and now they're harassing me online, pretending to be just fellow Twitters concerning other bullshit. Yeah, and they're getting online through Twitter and pretending to be targets of gang stalking. Yeah, can you believe that shit? Alright, I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams, and this is a prediction video. I'm making this video at the very spot I was assaulted on July 9th, 2014. And that assault that took place here, right at this spot, is where it happened at. Okay, on July 9th, 2014. Now, 2.5 days before that assault, I made an assault video prediction right at the spot I was assaulted at. On July 6, 2014, where I'm standing at right now, I made a video prediction on July 6, 2014, where I'm standing at. I literally stated in that video, let's see if anything happens here at this hiking area, including assaults. 2.5 days later, I'm brutally assaulted at the very spot the video prediction was made at. The video file of the video prediction is still on my memory card, which shows a timestamp and a date stamp. As the assault was occurring, I caught it on video. That event, being caught on video, also has a time stamp and a time date, which literally proves that I predicted this assault 2.5 days before it occurred at the very spot where the assault took place at, where the assault video prediction was made at. Now, what's the likelihood of that happening? Okay, and that's the 4th assault I've experienced because of this gang stalking, and all 4 assaults were predicted. 2 in email files, all in audio files, and 1 in a video file. That's right. You would not believe what's happening towards me in San Diego. You just would not believe it. It's just total insanity. Now, I do not know any at all, period, at any level in reference to relationships, like the acquaintance relationship, the I don't even know if I've ever even knowingly said hello to, like in a grocery store, somebody who might be managing this expedition towards me. In other words, I do not know at all, period, any person or persons who are managing this expedition towards me in San Diego County. I can identify some of the places that the harassment's happened at. I can identify some employees of businesses that have been involved in the gang stalking of me. Ralph's grocery store employees off of La Jolla Village Square. Now, when I'm in there, I intentionally act very nice because I have to make sure, not that my behavior wouldn't be already appropriate, but I have to make sure that my behavior on their video cameras on their walls and my tape recorders and any videos that might be taken by me or anybody else if an event transpires, I have to make sure that it shows my behavior is normal. Not that it wouldn't be anyways, but I think you get the gist of what I'm saying. If they ever stage an event at a Ralph's, which they already did over off of Friars Mission Center, if they ever stage an event at any business or university or public library or university library, they have to make it appear that they're blaming me for the incident, and that they'll even stage the witnesses, literally, okay? And the point I'm trying to make is that I have to make it appear on my running recording tape recorders that I've done nothing wrong, because I'm not doing nothing wrong. So I have to make it appear when I'm in the places that I'm being gang stalked at that my behavior is appropriate. That's why I act nice to these Ralph employees. And it's almost kind of sad because I can tell that I'd say at least half of them are just doing it because they're being ordered to. The other ones are friggin' liking it, okay? But I'm nice to all of them, okay? Because I have to make sure that it appears on their video camera on their wall, on my tape recorder, and then on any tape recording video of any event that transpires. I have to make it appear that I'm not doing nothing wrong because I'm not doing nothing wrong. So the point I'm trying to make is this: if anybody in the community that is seeing my videos and they ever see me at Ralph's or any other business and you see me being nice to employees, understand this and be clear. These employees have engaged in gang stalking because I'm gang stalked in the same exact identical way by every business I go into. Best Buy, CVS, Radio Shack. Radio Shack not that much, but creatively, let me just put it to you that way, creatively by Radio Shack employees. Best Buy, CVS, Radio Shack, Staples, did I say CVS? CVS. Every business I go into, Walmart's, Arby's, Jack in the Box, my bank, okay, including my old bank. Now, my current bank that I just opened up the bank account at, their employees, I'm not going to say right now. I've talked about them on audio files, but I'm not going to talk about them in this particular video. But in Bank of America employees, you better believe I was being gang stalked. Now, as far as Wells Fargo goes, I'll just put it to you this way. Why am I bringing them up? Okay. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is this: is that most of the employees and managers who are involved in the overt harassment of me, okay, most of them are just doing it because they've been told to. Even though at least 30 to 40% are enjoying it, are literally enjoying it. They're on a power trip like you would not believe. And don't think for a minute that any of these employees on any date will not participate in a staged event. Make no mistake about it. They'll use an employee, a security guard, and then a person acting as a customer to tag team up on me. Staged events and gang stalking are called street theaters. So what I do is predict what these filthy animals will do. Just like at UCSD, they'll use a guest or a student or a staff to create an incident. Then they'll use another person that possibly has these types of descriptions as the witness. And then they'll use another person as an additional witness. That way they can make it appear that, what now, Leslie? Because attempting to try to portray a target as being mentally ill and crazy is a huge method of gang stalking. It's all over the internet. So if they use 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different people for an event, 4 for witnesses and 2 for the actual complaint or incident, and then by the time the police arrive, the target is already so frustrated, they're very close to opening up and saying, look, I know this is a gang stalking street theater staged event. And that way the police and or campus safety can say, what do you think now, Leslie? Everybody's gang stalking you? This is because they try to portray the target as being delusional. That's how they defend themselves. Just Google it and you'll see I'm telling you the truth. So that's why I wear a tape recorder. Let me just tell you something right now, ladies and gentlemen, fellow American citizens. Do you really think a tape recorder's got the ability to have a mental illness? Okay? You can just go to YouTube right now and type in, learning disabled woman exposes evidence of gang stalking. Learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at Jack in the Box. Learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at Ralph's. Learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at Arby's. Learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at UCSD, SDSU, USD, MTS, and what you're going to be listening for, but you got to listen attentively. You got to be mature and serious and sincere in reference to researching what I'm going to describe. In other words, if you decide to research what I described, you got to sit down in front of the computer and say, okay, I want to see if this is really happening to this woman, because if it is, this is bullshit. Type in these descriptions, and when you bring these YouTube videos up, what you're going to be listening for is individuals in the background saying, also type in learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking in Yucca Valley. What you're going to be listening for is people in the background saying gang stalk and how, oh my God, is said right before and after it, okay, and also how weird and crazy is also being said before and after gang stalk and or gang stalker and or gang stalking. Now, when you see that same exact methodology being used around me as a result of hearing it, by typing in all these different descriptions, you'll see that one person or persons or group, a collective mind, is steering the entire campaign, because they're getting everybody in the community to do the same exact thing. Okay? And in closing, you can also go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass read comments. That's 3 teenagers admitting they were put on the MTS bus route 928 to engage in organized gang stalking physical gestures, putting their hands to their face. Google that. And repeating words and phrases is all over the internet in reference to that being a method of gang stalking. It's a clever, overt way to let the target know overtly that they're being stalked, because they got to know where you're at and who you are to get around you. Just say gang stalk, oh my God, gang stalk crazy, gang stalk weird, gang stalk, oh my God, and they say it back to back, okay? Or to get around you to do these physical gestures. That in turn makes you feel stalked and ganged upon, and when they stage an event, it definitely makes you feel ganged upon, because they use more than one person. That's why they call it gang stalking. They stalk you to gang upon you. It's not stalking by gangs. It's basically organized crime in the system that has the community connections and law enforcement tools that are being illegally and criminally used, like, but not limited to, the community notification, the offenders notification, the violent persons registry, the sexual offenders notification. I am talking about completely 100% sterile, which means people who have not committed even one crime about anything being intentionally, illegally, criminally put on these lists, and then combined with a lie about the target, so they can get other people in the community to harass the target for them based on the lie being believed. Go to YouTube and type in listen to a stranger, right? I got a long day ahead of me today. Let's see if any event happens towards me today along any of my friggin' routes, and if I come home on any day. This is the area where I was assaulted on July 9, 2014. I was also assaulted directly across the street, and the San Diego Police didn't investigate a damn bit of it. Not a bit of it. Not one bit of it. Okay? And, so we're going to see if I come home, and you can go to YouTube and type in gang stalking and go to Google and type in gang stalking property owners, gang stalking on landlords. Okay? They're used to aid and abet in creating the homelessness. That's right. Just Google it, baby cakes, and you will see that I am telling you the truth. So, after they create the homelessness, they'll gang stalk you to motel rooms. So targets just finally throw their hands up in the air and say, why am I going through all this money when I keep getting evicted from every place I go to because I'm being gang stalked? Whether the target realizes or not that what is happening to them is gang stalking or not. So they eventually become aware that something's happening to them, because there's no way all this stuff could be happening to them by people they don't know when they're not doing nothing wrong. Okay, I'm talking about the people who don't know that what's happening to them is gang stalking. I do. Okay, because I finally discovered it on June 9, 2009 on the internet. Okay, so anyways, the point I'm trying to make is if I come home in because I got a lot of expensive property hidden close by out of sight. Okay, completely out of sight. And if they go in and steal that, they got to know where it's at, and they have to already know where it's at because it's completely out of sight. Okay, and they'll do that to try and bait me to call the police, so a syndicated cop will come out and make a falsified police report, and to try to mentally motivate me to move to save the property, any other remaining property that I have, or any new property that will be bought. Okay, so this video stands for the test of time. I don't give a shit if it doesn't happen today, tomorrow, next week, next month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, or a year from now, or any date in between. This is the 4th hiking area I've been gang stalked to. The 4th, and I've been here 2 years. Alright, I gotta get. Thanks for listening and have a nice day.